Welcome everyone. My name is Betsy Keller and I would like to share with you some of the things that I have learned over the past 2 decades working in the field of energy medicine. I know many of us are concerned about the COVID-19 pandemic and we're looking for ways to boost our immune system and de-stress. The first thing I'd like to show you is called expelling the venom, and it's a great way for releasing stress, anger, pent-up emotions. So you take your hands, put them in a fist, bring them out to your side, up over your head, and quickly we're going to release them and say shh. And that sound is real important. So again, bring clenched fists up over our head, quickly we'll release them and say shh. And then again, clenched fists out to the side, over our head, shh. And the last time we'll do it real slowly. Shh. And bring our hands up over our head, down to our sides, and feel that calmness that is now in our body. Just let ourselves take a moment to experience the calmness. A simple way to boost the immune system and increase your confidence is to simply rub your hands together, lay them gently on your thighs, and while you're doing this, take a couple deep breaths and feel the energy coming up through your feet from the earth into your body. It's great to do if you can be outdoors, and barefoot on the earth is wonderful. If you need to be inside, you can simply imagine and visualize the energy coming up through your feet from the earth. And then put one hand on your thigh like this, and the opposite hand bring it straight up over your head. And take a couple deep breaths. Energy flows through our body in specific pathways. One of the ways it flows through the body is in crossover patterns that flow all throughout our body, down from the DNA up into larger patterns. And when it's crossing over, we feel healthy, we have more resiliency, and we actually learn better also. One way that you can reinforce that natural pathway of energy flowing through the body is by simply grabbing your shoulder, squeezing off that tension, dragging your energy across to the opposite hip. Then I go to the middle part of my shoulder, squeeze my shoulder, bring my hand to the opposite hip. Then I go to the outside of my shoulder, give it a nice little squeeze, bring my hand to the opposite hip, down along the side of the leg and off the foot. And then do it on the opposite side. Squeeze that shoulder, release some of that tension, bring my hand to the opposite hip, the middle part of my shoulder, the opposite hip, outside of the shoulder, oh that feels so good, to the opposite hip, down along my leg and off the foot. If you take your hands and you interlace your fingers, it's easy to pull them apart. But if you cross your fingers over each other and then try to pull apart, they lock up. And that's how it works. When your energies are crossing over in your body, you're stronger and more resilient. A simple way to calm the nervous system and also to bring more energy up into your eyes is simply to tap on the cheekbone right below your eyes. You want to tap firmly 20 to 30 times on both sides. Another simple thing you can do, another tap, is tap the middle of the sternum. Tap or thump it pretty hard, 20 to 30 times. You can use both hands. And the way this works is behind the sternum, or the breastbone, is the largest endocrine gland in the body. So by tapping the sternum, you're stimulating the immune response. A great way to release toxins out of the lungs is simply to jiggle or do little circles with your fingers right down the middle of your sternum. These are reflexive points for the lung lymphatic system, so we're helping to release toxins and lymph out of the lungs, keeping the lungs healthy. And then you can go about 3/4 of an inch to an inch out on each side, and again jiggle or do little circles deeply, firmly, all the way down to the end of your breastbone. A simple way to relax at the end of the day and release a lot of the pent-up emotions is simply to take this fleshy part of the palm of your hands and put it on your temples. Rest your fingers across your forehead. Take a couple deep breaths.